This is The Pursuit Around Steel Core by Darren Chee. Chapter 1. Prepare to cross border. October 20th, 2033. I'm going to cross the border in Capybara State by going to the Helena border to the east side. I heard that the protocol is very strict and is almost considered as maximum security. Therefore, I should bring no contraband. I renewed my access permit since I haven't crossed the state border since 2019. I only got into flights. I also checked whether my passport and this access permit is eligible for entry. They check, name check, passport ID, DOB, issue, sex, expiry date, and nationality. I said while checking the passport. I check the renewed access permit before I go. Name, nationality, passport ID. I want to visit for 3 months, 153 cm and 49 kg. Round head, and I want to enter tomorrow. No, I need to check my bags and make sure that there is no contraband. I want to bring my calculus book, a progression set, some stationaries, not the short one, some cash to spend, and a diary. Oh, and also this book to write my journey to Capybara State and so much more. I booked a place at Apple Valley campsite. We're gonna start a fire and hopefully someone has a guitar. I'm going to sleep 9 to 5 since the border is gonna open at 6. Chapter 2. Border check. October 30th, 2033. Today is the day that I could cross the border. I also have to wear a jacket since it's winter soon. I also brought the pass in hand while I'm in the line. Before that, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I do what I should do in the morning. Since I slept early, I had to write my diary for yesterday, since I don't have the time yesterday. Today is a bit empty. I breezed through the road, of course following the speed limit. I parked my car. Then I went to the inspection and customs booth. There were 11 people in front of me. As soon as 6 a.m. bell rang. Next, inspector said, since there were some gossipers in line, so I knew who the 11 people are. The first guy is John Smith from Steel Core, who has Mediterranean and a skinny build. He's 42 and he wants to visit for a week. He was interrogated, no questions, and was approved to enter Capybara State. Next, a woman named Mary Gonzalez from Urson said that she wants to immigrate. She's 29 and she had a small build. She was immediately rejected for not having an access permit. Next, a Jaguar person named Georgie Constable compliments Capybara State. He is 49, bald, and plump-builded. He did not have a passport. Capybara so great. Capybara says school great. No need passport. Sorry, you need a passport to get in. After he was rejected, he said, fine, I go look for your passport thingy. He left the inspection and customs booth. The fourth person is wearing a hoodie, so we don't know who he is. So we don't know about him. They called them the Order of the Red Star and tells the inspector to do some missions. He left afterwards. The fifth person named Zhang Ji Xiao from Asia. He's 32. He has small eyes and had a buzz cut. He wants to work there, but he has no work permit. Because someone stole it, he will give $10 if he lets him through. He did not get detained but rejected. Sorry, we don't accept bribes, including green paper, brass only, said the inspector. The sixth guy called Carlos Renardi from Black Gunpowder, who is tall and slim and he's 24. Seriously, did you steal the worker permit from the guy in front of you? Yes, but I just want to transit. I will give you a work permit if you don't detain me. Okay, I won't. Just as he was about to hand the pass to the inspector snatches it and detains him. Then he calls back the previous guy to get his work permit. He didn't leave the place, he just camped nearby for tomorrow. So it's joyous to know that his work permit is still there. Oh, everyone agreed to let him go through the border. He did it! He successfully crossed the border! The seventh person is Jane Parker, who is 22. She wants to transit for a week. Invites the inspector to Capybara Festival. She's from Capybara State. Has a long hair and overhead. Then, after she got accepted in the border, she left a note. The eighth person named Ali bin Omar from Gun Black Powder, who wore a tudung and is plump. He's 31 and he really wants to cross the border to visit his friends for 1 week. Since his weight is different, he needs to do a body scan. accepted since he had no weapons or contraband in his clothing. The next person is Emily Stroud, and she's 21 from Steel Core. She has long hair with slim appearance. She wants to work in engineering for a year. She was accepted. The 10th person called David Jenkins, and he's 48, who has the same appearance and the Mediterranean hair. He's also from Capybara State and weirdly also wants to transit. Turns out he's actually a criminal, so he got detained. The note from the lady is that she got stalked by him and she needs help, so the inspector agrees to do whatever it takes to detain him. The 11th person named Eden Luger from Jagoon, who is 18 and is short and slim. He wants to transit for 2 weeks. He was accepted. After 6 cooling hours, it's time for me to get checked. Papers, please, said the inspector. I looked at the height board and my height is actually correct. I also realized that the 2 names for my passport and access permit are different. I remember that I want to visit Capybara State for 3 months. Fortunately, my face, DOB, passport number, issue of county, gender, and nationality is correct. Your name is different. Your passport name is Darren Chi. Your access permit name is Chee Jia Ren. Well, I have a nickname. He told me to do a fingerprint scan. I glanced at the fingerprint slip and had no choice but to put all my 5 fingers on my left hand. Good. Now my fingers are covered in ink. Is it valid? After a few minutes of overthinking, the inspector had a verdict. Ka-chung! Welcome to Capybara State. Next. Blast with flying colors. It's a glee and joyous moment. Just before I left the scene, someone got accepted. Curiosity got me into looking at who's got accepted. Gerald, is that you? Sup, Cheese? He replied. We also booked at the same campsite. Can't wait what's gonna happen. We didn't notice each other for that long. Yes, this is my actual drawing and the AI. Chapter 3. Journey to the Capybara Land. The same day, we took the metro there to go to the urban town center. It takes 5 minutes to get there. 3 stations in between the town center and the border inspection checkpoint. Fortunately, we don't need to pay for public transit in Capybara State. I went 6 hours without eating, so I did what a normal person would do, eat. Went to Caesar's to eat the pizza there. We ordered a 12-inch 8 slices pep pizza and we dug in. You want a Coke? Jared asked. Nah, you probably forgot your own pail, I said. Come on, it's a diet. How about we cheer each other with the good old water? We agreed, so we ordered sparkling water and drank. When we talked about our memories, it was then we had to pay, and Gerald was willing to pay in full. Then I realized that their currency is grass, so I immediately went to the exchange booth, and the money exchanger gave me paper bills. That doesn't seem like grass, I said. These are slanders. Your back will ache with that kind of money, the cashier said. They are made of grass. The currency name is also called grass, not cannon. I made that up. I checked in an Apple Valley campsite to set the tent and prepare for the campfire. Gerald and I reserved a place. He brought a violin, so yeah. I brought my percussion set to light up the atmosphere even further. Then, we swiftly searched for sticks and stones. First, we need to build a stone base. Then, we stacked the wood planks. We can also put leaves beneath the pile of wood. You got any matches? He said. Nah, bro, the contraband. If I brought that, I would be detained by now. I replied. So we rubbed 2 sticks. Then, after an ignite, we threw the sticks beneath the pile of wood. It actually worked. After that, it's getting dark, so we had dinner. I've never ate so late before, I said. Come on, that's normal, he replied. I took a bento box while I brought a cup of Maggi noodles. Interesting. Did your mom cook it for you? Asked Gerald. I cook it myself, I said. He asked. Who taught you to cook? You know this does not look like you. You can't even tie your shoelaces back then. My mom taught me when I was 14, getting better 1% every day. You know what they say? Improving 37 times better after a year. But I learned it for 7 years. crabs. Isn't that incredible? So I even got salmon for myself. You know, meat, lettuce, and soup other than salmon, I replied. What about the shoelaces you would save for preparing this stuff? Yes, and why do you have a full-size portable stove? He asked. Then he brought a generator. How do you bring all of these? I said. How do you bring it to the capybara then? Who said that this is a contraband? He replied. Good, my chicken's a bit raw. Speaking of this, I need to turn you half of the price of the recent receipt at Caesar's. He was about to reveal a zero on the receipt when I stopped him. Don't be too generous. We split the bill. We're brothers after all. I chuckled. Okay, he replied. We enjoyed the food. The food I cooked for myself was spot on, even though I added a little bit too much lettuce. Glad I bought it. Tudor 10 big enough to fit 2 people. Can't believe you brought the same brand. I said, yeah, and it's spacious to fit my items. After we enjoyed our food, it was curious. We're in a campsite. Aren't there any insects in our tent? No, there's an insect net that prevents insects from entering. It is also unpleasant to insects, not humans, I explained. Reading my calculus book. Budget involved. We need to digest, he said. I placed a bookmark, then closed my calculus book. If we're bored, we can go outside and touch grass, shall we? He said after very clear signs of me getting bored looked by him. We got outside after I agreed to touch grass with him. We lighted a fire. I also touched the real grass in my hand for the first time in a while. I live in a sedentary life in the cities. Glad I escaped the hustle and bustle going to the campsite. We got our instruments and played silently to not disturb the others. I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday you told me about the blue, blue sky, but all that I can see is just another lemon tree. After the sky is completely dark, we both slept. I put on a mini electric fan, but my friend put an entire fan. He was a service soldier, went up to staff sergeant after 2 years. Then his term ended. He knew how to survive in the campsite. I brought bags. He brought luggages. He's got a huge stroller you will find on airports. I think he bought it. But this is capable of mountains and rough surfaces. I wrote my diary entry and read my calculus book. After that, I showered, brushed my teeth, and cleaned my face. It took me 15 minutes to do all of that. Honestly, here are my reviews. Toilet does the job. The cleanliness is kinda decent. Then the bathroom is the usual as you see at airports, but the facilities are mediocre. It has a default smell with no insects. There are both urinals and toilets on the men's side. What am I, a freak? Why do I have to look at the women's? I brought my camera to photo both of us and the tent, and the forest, of course. While I was taking photos, there was a faint human groan that sounded like some monster. But we ignored it in the prank and slept. There was no second groan. We took our self-filling water bottle to fill up the water. The water dispenser is extremely cheap, so we don't trust it. The image. Chapter 4. The Voyage through the Liberum Mountain Range. 31st October, 2033. 1 sec. Remember to always stay hydrated. We intentionally woke up at 4 a.m. just for this trip. Anyways, our bottles were filled up. 3 liters each. We have 3 each for this trip. Our campsite is just near the foot of the mountain, so we just walk to the foot. We also got our hiking tools to get to the top of the mountain. Due to our stamina, we need to go to the long and easy way. We also stuff as much food as possible. Let's climb. We better not talk after this, he said. Then we climbed together. Fortunately, the government built stairs on the mountain, so we're basically climbing stairs. Climbed together and the stairs are kind of broad, so we are climbing to the mountainous heaven. It seems like we're the only one there. Anyways, not 250 steps harder. I drank my first sip, while my friend did it at 500. There was safety. Reach out the railings. You can meet God if you jump. The most difficult is the distance, not the steepness. I have to climb about 25,000 steps, which would take 9 hours. Anyways, we climbed at a kinda slow pace to conserve energy for the next day. Because of this, we clocked out. But Gerald truly is capable of stairs, so yeah, we climb up one step every second to conserve energy. This would take around 8 hours. It's kinda tiring. Fortunately, I stocked up on energy bars. After 1 p.m., we successfully went to the top of the Liberal Mountain range. We built our tents and not set up a campfire yet. We didn't have wood, so yeah, we sort of just chilled and had our lunch. Anyways, I found out that there were a pile of stick and stone for everyone at the peak of the mountain range. Then we collected it and heated for ourselves. Before this, the campsite allowed me to cook and use their ingredients for free, so I did. I cooked 2 meals for both my lunch and dinner. I cooked nasi lemak for lunch, no spice, I'm sorry, at the usual for dinner. At 6 p.m., Eugene called on my walkie-talkie. Hello, Chee Jia Ren. I want to tell you that you beware of a group of guys who are trying to kill you. They are now at the Hellenian border according to intel. Their passports look genuine but have some fake details. But wait, they brought $1,000. Oh no, they are holding a gunpoint on the inspector. Just as bad I heard that. Holy fudge! Yeah, censored guy. Trying to manipulate his brain using nanobots. After that, the inspector assessed their crossing. I cooked. Told the guy member are my former bullies. When I was 8, I got bullied by Liu Shen until 12. After I went to secondary school, Gerald and I were free from the bullies. Just as something was time, he changed schools for reasons. But he was in the right school. When I was 14, Cheng Hao was my deathmate, and I was a victim of him. He screamed, he screwed my life, literally. I need to go to Frontier to recover. God. Oh yeah. I'm gonna spread awareness, but this is based on real life. Yes, this is based on real life, and hopefully I won't be the same class as him. We had survival instincts of an actual human, so we escaped before they could take the metro. Eugene also got Johnson, Gerald's brother, my friend, and my senior. Together, they navigated them. We had no choice but to end the fire and packed ASAP. Fortunately, they wanted, so they had to go the slow way by walking to the deep woods in disguise because of their crimes. At 6:30, we finished packing. We now descend to territorial Eugene. We fled as fast as we could. Fortunately and unfortunately, there were no border checkpoints on the foot of the mountains. We know that they are halfway to the foot of the Liberal Mountain Range. I wonder how can they navigate them, I said. Eugene and Johnson said, brought a mini invincible spy drone along with its tracker for $499. Unfortunately, it's not adjusted to inflation. So yeah, Capybara State is naturally cheap. We heard that the gang members were familiar, so we confront them. Fortunately, they don't recognize us. So we secretly put the invincible device tracker that could detect sound, and we can hear them on the gang hoodie. We specifically picked Cheng Hao and LYX to see what's going on with them. They didn't notice and ran. We could hear them planning to kidnap you two, so we sent a walkie-talkie to you two. We also heard the secret that they knew you planned to chill. They secretly put the same tracking device. They locked, and I overheard the password is 069420. Now go type the password and throw it on a nearby water source like lakes. So we did. We typed the password and we threw the check to the lake nearby. They won't track us once and for all. So in case you were wondering, it's 10 p.m. Going down was pretty enough. And we used all our might to go to Eugene's home. This is Darren and this is Gerald. The Eugene's house is here. Sorry, my drawing skill kinda sucks. Chapter 5 at Eugene's home and the escape. 1st November 2033. We fled to Eugene's home and we cooled down. Since the south is a warmer place, we took off our jackets and as we cooled down. We slept and now it's 1st of November. Eugene's house is basically the usual house you see in the communist side, warmer. The majority are apartments, but he saved enough to buy a regular attached house. Since he's single yet, the bedrooms are us to rest. To not contaminate his bed, we showered. I was used to bidets, but they weren't, at least using a hotel cleaner alongside with tissues. We use our own shampoo, not because we don't trust the South. We don't want to be leeches who only suck at friends' energy, time, and dedication, while helping nothing. So we together did chores. We also did together. We had a breakfast. Fortunately, we can cook. I got eggs and bacon, while Eugene got sandwiches. When Eugene saw my hand, "I think something is off with you," said Eugene. I had no choice but to confess. I hesitated. "I'm left-handed," I said. After breakfast was finished, Eugene wants me to go to the basement with him. I went to the basement. It was gloomy and eerie. I thought I did something wrong. Eugene lighted an oil lamp and said, "They know that you're left-handed. If they saw you using that hand, you're gonna get caught red-handed." One thing to critically remember, I guess. Wow, he hasn't noticed for a while. How do you know that they know that I'm left-handed? Turns out the research we encoded to CHH, I am left-handed. So I have to do it in my grandma's way. She was left-handed, but society forced her to convert. Now she does everything with her left hand except for writing. Fortunately, the society is never liberal, but to hide my identity, I had to convert temporarily. So now it's 5 a.m. So I check the device trackers. Fortunately, there's still coming in the Liberal Mountain. So it's our opportunity to go to Reaper territory of SCY. Then our next generation is St. John's Innocent Empire to meet Johnson. Fortunately, Eugene gave us a ride to the foot of the mountain. We have no Wi-Fi, since the gang will know about our location if the Wi-Fi is not on. At 5:30 in the morning, we had arrived on our destination. At the same time, they arrived at the peak of the mountain. I know what to do. Wear a hoodie, mask as completely dark, and Eugene disguised as our tour guide. Since they know, I was to hold my walking stick with my right hand, so Eugene's parents would drive the car back to avoid suspicion. It's not related. At 5:45, we did our rows, and I think we planned out smooth. Fortunately, they are unwilling to help the needy. So yeah, we won't get caught red-handed. Depended for me. My friend helped me to play the roles as some random kind strangers, while the tour guide also tried to help me. I'm a liability at this rate. So I came out strong. We did this again and again until at 3 p.m. sharp, we went to the top. We were 18 kilometers away from Cologne, which is the county where Johnson lives in St. John's Innocent Empire. I was about to use the walkie-talkie, but it was in my left pocket. In addition, they could track me with that kind of technology. We didn't do things, we just saw the rest. Coincidentally, we traveled at the same time. Little did they know we strategically turned on the trackers. They were too focused on chasing us and not seeing the trackers. We also prepared a picture to cover the trackers so that they would notice. At 8:45 p.m., we and the gang went to the opposite side. Only we know the score, so we swiftly went down at all might. So it's 2nd November 2033. At 12 a.m. we were going to sleep at the foot, but Johnson was already waiting at the foot of the mountain. We checked them, they were sleeping at the foot of the mountain. There's no one to send them to the lake. Meanwhile, at 12:45 a.m., we arrived at Johnson's house. 12:15. 5 minutes later, Duffy came in. So we 5 took turns to patrol the tracker, one every hour. I rarely drank coffee, but I did when I patrolled first. At 1:30, Gerald. At 2:30, Duffy. At 3:30, Eugene. And finally, 1 hour later, Johnson. It was 10 past 5 when they broke out to go to the lake. We reported to the police. 5 same calls, same reasons. They came sluggishly, so the police had time to surround the lake. By the time the gang came to the same lake, we threw the tracker. They were caught red-handed at 6:37 p.m. Turns out they were the Order of the Red Star. When I was in line, they told the inspector to reject me. Since they didn't bring nobody accepted me, they had the number name, but we're not sure yet. Well, this story for PS 190 days can't. We had a renewal and we unite for 86 days, which is the rest of the holiday. The end. I think some people might say that it's AI, blah blah blah. I've having multiple shots, but unfortunately due to the word limit, I can't use the humanization. So this is what Grammarly actually wrote. It's completely different. It's basically completely different. That's it. Yeah, there are like some grammar mistakes cause I'm human. So yeah, mistakes. So yeah, bye.